Today, we're going to take a look at 10 WWE wrestlers who outsmarted their opponents. Let's get right onto the video with number 10, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero had the extremely difficult task of defending his newly won WWE Championship title against one of the best wrestlers of all time, the wrestling machine, Kurt Angle. The conclusion of the exciting match at WrestleMania 20 came after Angle managed to get the upper hand and lock Eddie Guerrero in his famous ankle lock. Eddie managed to escape Kurt's hold by rolling away and throwing Angle out of the ring. As Kurt was outside of the ring, Guerrero loosened his boot's shoelace without Angle noticing, and so when Kurt returned to the ring to finish Guerrero off once and for all, he applied the ankle lock again, but Guerrero managed to slide his foot out of his boots. Angle was holding onto the boot in pure confusion, and that's when Eddie saw the perfect opportunity to roll him up for the win. Eddie definitely had one of the highest IQs when it came to figuring out how to outsmart his opponents. Number 9, Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston has been one of WWE's most innovative wrestlers. From jumping onto the barricade to handstanding his way back into the ring, there isn't one thing that this elite athlete wasn't willing to do in order to avoid being defeated by his opponents. During his run as WWE Champion, Kofi was involved in a feud with Dolph Ziggler. In one of their matches for the WWE title, he retained his title with the help of Xavier Woods. However, Ziggler didn't take the defeat lightly and used the excuse saying that he wouldn't have lost if it wasn't for Woods. That's when WWE booked a steel cage match so Kofi and Ziggler could fight again for the title without any interference. Dolph Ziggler gave Kofi a good fight. It really looked like he was going to win the WWE title. After Ziggler kicked him in the face, Ziggler was crawling out of the ring to win the match through the door. However, Kofi was not going to let Ziggler take the victory, and using his quick intelligence, he leaped through the ropes over Ziggler to retain his WWE Championship. It was the first time we've ever seen a finish like that in a steel cage match, and it was by far one of the most genius ways to win the match. Number 8, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle had one of the best rookie years among all WWE wrestlers. He made his debut at Survivor Series in 1999, winning his first match. By the end of his rookie year at the next Survivor Series pay-per-view, he successfully defended his WWE title against The Undertaker. Despite his impressive winning streak, many people still believed that Angle would be crushed by the American Badass. The truth is, they weren't wrong. The Undertaker dominated at the beginning of the match until Angle's allies, Edge and Christian, interfered. After the referee kicked them out, Angle grabbed Undertaker's leg and got him under control. However, the Undertaker did not tap. He threw Kurt Angle over the top rope, and that's when Angle decided to crawl under the ring to avoid taking a beating. And so Undertaker got out of the ring, he dragged him out and performed the last ride. Unfortunately, that is exactly what Angle wanted because he had just fallen into his trap. After The Undertaker pinned Angle for the win, the referee stopped the count before reaching 3 when he realized it wasn't Kurt Angle underneath Undertaker. Instead, it was Eric Angle, Kurt's older brother, who looked just like him. Kurt then quickly slipped into the ring and rolled up The Undertaker from behind to take the win. Number 7, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was stripped of the IC Championship due to his inability to defend it because of the pandemic. The following month, AJ Styles won a tournament for the vacant IC title. Everything changed in August when Jeff Hardy managed to win the title, starting a feud with AJ Styles, and at the same time, Sami Zayn made his return with his old IC belt, claiming to be the true champion since he was technically never defeated. The conflict escalated at Clash of Champions, and that is where we saw a triple threat ladder match between the three that took place. Near the ending of the match, Zayn pulled a pair of handcuffs from his jacket pocket, then he locked the handcuffs through Jeff's earlobe and tied it to a ladder. Afterwards, he handcuffed himself to AJ to prevent him from climbing the stairs. Fortunately, Sami had a hidden key in his mouth, which he used to free himself from the cuffs and then handcuff AJ to the ladder. After outsmarting his opponents, Sami took both titles as AJ and Jeff Hardy looked on helplessly. Number 6, Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero never let us down when it came to putting on a great show. His last match before his untimely death occurred in November 2005 on SmackDown against Mr. Kennedy. Guerrero was famous for his motto, lie, cheat, and steal. He used to do everything in his power to get the win no matter what kind of methods he had to resort to defeat his opponents. Towards the end of the match, Eddie Irish whipped Kennedy straight into the referee, sending him crashing to the mat. He quickly rolled to the outside, grabbed a steel chair, and acted as if he was going to hit Kennedy with it, but instead though, Guerrero slammed the chair onto the mat, and then while the referee was slowly getting back up to his feet, he threw it to Kennedy, who caught it in confusion. And Kennedy tried to plead his innocence, claiming that he never used the chair, but the referee just didn't buy it. Eddie stood victorious after the referee called a disqualification. Number 5, Christian. During their feud in 2011, Randy Orton defended his title against Christian at Capital Punishments. The World Heavyweight Championship defeated Christian after hitting him with the finishing move, the RKO. But when this happened, Christian's foot was under the bottom rope. There was some controversy with Orton retaining his title since Christian's foot was hanging under the bottom rope. Christian was looking to recapture the World Heavyweight Championship from Randy Orton, this time at Money in the Bank in 2011. There was a stipulation in place that Orton could lose the World Heavyweight Championship if he got himself disqualified. Orton attempted the RKO for the third time in the match, but Christian perfectly executed the kill switch. However, Orton still kicked out of Christian's pin attempt. Ultimately, Christian was cornered, and he had no choice other than to spit in the face of Randy Orton, which got him furious. The Viper executed a low blow on Christian, which cost him the title technically. Christian became a 2-time World Heavyweight Championship by disqualification. This was smart and quick thinking by Christian. Number 4, Bret Hart. In March 1999, WCW Nitro was being held in Toronto, Canada, Bret Hart's home country. Bret made his way to the ring to cut a promo, and then he began talking about Bill Goldberg in his promo, who he would face later in the year over the WCW World Heavyweight Championship, claiming Bill was a big chicken, and he wasn't leaving the ring until Goldberg came out so he could take him on. Goldberg's theme music hits, and that is when he made his way to the ring to beat up Bret Hart. Bret taunted him repeatedly, provoking him into spearing him, and as soon as Goldberg made contact with Bret with the spear, he was knocked unconscious. Bret then slowly got up, counting his own pinfall over Bill, and when he got to his feet, he took off his hockey jersey to reveal a steel plate underneath it strapped to his chest. Bret then celebrated with the crowd, who popped huge for this moment, and it was a rare highlight to Bret's WCW run to see him outsmarting the unstoppable Goldberg, who was highly entertaining. Number 3, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle had a huge feud in 2003. After Brock lost his title to Angle, the two faced off in an Iron Man match for the WWE Championship on a SmackDown. 10 minutes into the match, Lesnar disqualified himself by crushing Kurt with repeated chair shots to the back. This gave Kurt Angle a 1-0 lead. However, it was all under the plan of Lesnar, who used this strategy to weaken his opponent and beat him by pinfall, as the Beast gained a 3-1 advantage and subsequently won the match and earned back the WWE title. That is 400 IQ. Number 2, John Cena. In 2010, John Cena proved why he is one of the smartest wrestlers in the WWE after defeating Batista in a last man standing match. It was a physical and brutal battle for the WWE Championship. As the bout was coming to an end, Cena used his secondary finisher, the STF, to make Batista pass out. Regardless of it though, it wasn't enough to keep the animal down for 10 seconds. Batista got up before the referee finished counting, and that's when John Cena had to outsmart his opponent to win this one. He took Batista to the ground again and used one of the most unique weapons to finish the match: duct tape. John Cena used the tape to wrap Batista's feet together, trapping him inside the ring post, making it impossible to get out. Batista had to lay there and scream in anger because there wasn't anything he could do, and he lost the match. Number 1, JBL. During his time as the WWE champion, JBL was booked as a coward champion in the mid-2000s. He always found a way to somehow hold onto his cherished WWE championship. Whether it was provoking The Undertaker into getting disqualified at SummerSlam or having Orlando Jordan run interference so he could win his title defenses against people like Booker T, Eddie Guerrero, and Kurt Angle. And so at one pay-per-view, JBL was booked into a barbed wire steel cage match with The Big Show at No Way Out for the WWE title. It was a match designed to make you think there was no way JBL would walk away with the title against a giant like Big Show enclosed in a barbaric steel cage. The match ended with Show and JBL climbing the cage, and then Show performed a top rope chokeslam on JBL, sending him crashing through the ring canvas. Big Show then broke the cage door and looked to climb out of it to win the match. Just before he managed to, JBL crawled and escaped from under the ring with any shred of energy he had left, winning and retaining his title once again, truly outsmarting Big Show. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.